Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, founder of Careerkunj and former HR and recruiter of TCS. Friends, so the good news is the results of MBA Hiring 2025 are out, and now all the shortlisted students have received the mail of their interview round. So now in this video, I will be sharing you some important tips that will help you to prepare for the interview round from my own experience of taking interviews for this hiring in my TCS tenure. Okay, so let's begin. Tip number one. Firstly, you are an MBA student, and this hiring is for all the MBA branches, be it finance, marketing, HR, operation, analytics, and many more. So you should know and you should clearly justify that how as an MBA student, you will be able to do good in an IT company. Okay, so many of you might not have any background into IT, you might not have done any course into IT, or you do not come with a undergraduation background of IT. So how do you justify that you as an MBA student will be able to do something in IT company? So that clarity you should have, and you have to think of a good answer and reasons for that. If you're not sure about it, then you can look my video which I have recently made on TCS MBA Hiring Interview Round preparation, which will give you an insight that what rules are there in TCS through this hiring and how you can prepare for that. So that was number one. Number two is you should look at your resume and then think of the probable questions which can be asked. See, as a recruiter, as an experienced HR, I am telling you, we never go into an interview round, by thinking of some questions that we will ask these questions. No, it is never. We always go with an open mind, and all the questions that we ask in the interview depends upon the resume, that whatever is mentioned in the resume, we ask questions from there. So please, before the interview, you do this activity, at your own. You look at your resume and see that which kind of questions do you think can be asked. If you are not able to do it, you can take a help of your friend and just show him your resume. What do you think, what kind of questions can be asked looking at my resume? All right, at the same time, highlight important things in your resume which you want to be asked. This is very strategic. All right, so it is not about that you mention everything in a resume. Whatever you mention, there can be a question on that. So it is very important that we should mention only those things which we wanted other people to ask the questions on, and that is where you have to highlight those things. It is fine if you have submitted a resume while filling an application form. You can make a different resume because that is still fine, and you can so what does the resume which you have submitted in the application form, the panels can download it, but usually panels don't download the resume. They go with the resume which you share with them in the interview room. So still you have chance to update your resume. So please update your resume, with all the things that you are good into and you want other people to ask the questions. That can be some achievements as well. At the same time, just try to include some courses which has some connections with IT. It could be something into analytics, it could be something into the latest technologies like generative AI, or something else, so that it seems okay that you are a relevant person and have some knowledge about IT. So that was tip number two. Now the tip number three, very very important, that you should have strong command on one or two subject of your core area. Friends, these days we are happening, students are not performing very well in the interview. Okay, so there are not much expectation from the students that they will know everything. Very very important that if somebody asks you what is your favorite subject, what is your interest area, then you have at least two subject on which you have a strong command, then people can ask you anything from there. All right, so have a identify those subjects, revise it properly, and then think of some good interview questions. You can also use chat gpt to identify questions from those subjects. For example, if you are a marketing student and you like advertisement subject, so you can type which are the potential questions that can be asked from advertisement or b2b or b2c, anything. All right, so identify two subjects, figure out which are the potential questions that can be asked in the interview, go through them well, and then that will help you a lot in the interview. If the panels are asking you something else and that you don't know, So just, you from your side tell them that, sir, that I know this topic, which I am very good into. You may ask some questions from here as well, and definitely they will consider that and will ask some questions. But at that time, you have to be very sure that when you are suggesting that something is your favorite topic, then you know it thoroughly in and out. All right, so that is the tip number 3. Now, tip number 4, which is for the HR round. Friends, today, the Gen Z is joining the workforce, and there are so many challenges which every company is facing with the Gen Z. And these are related to attitude, these are related to the job location, these are related to the roles, and that is where people are not happy with the candidates who come with a fixed mindset and constraints of having job locations or shifts or roles. So you have to be actually very, very open minded that you are ready for any location, you are ready, to work for any role, and you can work more than expectation. So you have to show a positive attitude. It also involves smiling when you don't know something, okay, because nobody knows everything. So very important that show a positive attitude. This will help you a long way out. I have made a separate video on do's and don'ts of the HR interview round. You can find that in our video list. But yeah, so this was tip number 4 for the HR round. Final tip number 5, which is read about TCS. Friends, you are applying for TCS, and it is something which is definitely expected that you should know the company which you are applying for, and that is where you have to read about TCS. You can read it from Wikipedia, you can read it from their website, and I myself have made one video on potential questions related to TCS, which again you can find in our video list. So do go through that, and I wish you all the best. These are the 5 tips, and I hope this will help you. And I am creating content daily on this hiring and others hiring for placement. So do follow our channel. Apart from this, if you think that you need more help into preparation, then you can book a mock interview with me, where I will take your interview like a real TCS interview, and I will give you a detailed feedback that where are you lacking and where you should work upon to increase your chances of selection. The link to book the mock interview can be found in the description box of this video. Thank you so much, and all the best for your interview round.